Laila,
And who else lived in the house?
Jennifer and Joseph.
And now I'm going to show you States Exhibit 6. And do you recognize the picture?
Yes,
And how do you recognize it?
it's the door,
The door of what?
the house,
The house? Okay. And what house was that?
the house that we used to live in.
And you say used to live in. Who lived in the house?
Jennifer, me, Laila, and Joseph.
Your Honor, at this time I tender States Exhibits 105 and 106 into evidence and ask permission to publish. So now I put 105. And is this the house you said you lived in with Joseph and Jennifer?
Yes,
And now 106. You see the picture behind you? Okay. And is that the front door?
I don't know.
Do you recognize what's on the front door?
Yes,
Okay. And how do you recognize it?
I saw it
And you saw it where?
on the door,
The door of what?
the house,
Okay. And what house?
the house, that we lived in.
Is that the house you lived in with Joseph and Jennifer?
Yes,
Now, when you lived with Joseph and Jennifer, was there anything you liked about it?
yes,
And what did you like?
that the front door was red.
Front door was red. Okay. Was there anything else you liked?
No,
Was there, when you lived with Joseph and Jennifer, was there anything you didn't like?
yes,
What are some of the things you didn't like?
because the bathroom was really small.
The bathroom was really small. And did you ever have a party at Noah's Ark?
Yes,
Did you like the party?
yes,
What was the party for?
my 5th birthday?
5th birthday? Could it have been your 4th birthday?
Yes,
Now, when you were living with Joseph and Jennifer, would you take a bath, a shower, something else?
a bath,
A bath. And when you took a bath, did you take it with Laila or by yourself?
with Laila.
And would someone be in the bathroom to help Laila take her bath?
Yes,
Would Jennifer help you and Laila take baths?
yes,
Would Joseph ever help with the baths?
he helped with Layla's bath.
He helped with Layla's bath. And how come you didn't help with your bath?
I don't know.
Could you do your own bath?
Yes,
How about, could you dress yourself when you were living with Jennifer and Joseph?
yes,
What about Laila? Could she dress herself?
no,
If Laila couldn't dress herself, who would help Laila dress herself?
Jennifer.
Would Joseph ever help Laila dress herself?
Yes,
Now, when you went to bed, did someone put you to bed, help you go to sleep?
yes,
And who helped you go to sleep?
Jennifer.
Would Joseph ever help you go to sleep?
Sometimes.
This might be a silly question, but when you took a bath, did you have any clothes on?
Yes.
You had clothes when you took a
I mean,
bath?
no.
Okay. How about Laila? When she took a bath, did you have any clothes on?
No.
And when Laila was getting they helped Laila get dressed, did she have any clothes on?
No.
Did Laila wear panties or a diaper or something else?
A diaper.
Diaper. And what about you? Did you wear a diaper?
Panties.
Panties. When you were living with Jennifer and Joseph, did you ever see Jennifer and Joseph fighting?
No.
Did you ever see Jennifer and Joseph arguing?
No.
When you lived there, did you ever hear Jennifer and Joseph arguing?
No.
When you lived with Jennifer and Joseph, did Jennifer ever talk loudly?
Yes.
When you lived with Jennifer and Joseph, did Joseph ever talk loudly?
Yes.
When Jennifer was talking loudly, who would she talk loudly to?
Me and Laila.
And how come she was talking loudly to you and Laila?
Because she was mad.
And how come she was mad? Let me ask you this. What would Jennifer get mad at Laila about?
A lot of things.
A lot of things. And when Jennifer would get mad at Laila about a lot of things, what kind of things were those, Millie? You can turn and look at me over here a little bit. What kind of things would Jennifer get mad at Laila about? Millie, you said Jennifer would get mad at Laila about a lot of things. Do you know what those things were?
I know that she got mad at her for a lot of things, but I don't really know what they were.
Okay. And when Jennifer got mad at you, what did she get mad at you about?
Me not getting dressed fast enough.
Millie, when you wouldn't get dressed fast enough and Jennifer was angry, what would happen?
I would get a spanking.
And when you would get a spanking, where on your body would you get a spanking?
On my butt.
And when you got a spanking on your butt, what did Jennifer use to give you a spanking?
Her hand.
Would Jennifer use anything else to give you spankings?
A belt.
Would Jennifer use anything else to give you spankings other than a belt and her hands?
No.
And when Jennifer gave you spankings with a belt, where would you be in the house?
In her room.
And when Jennifer would give you spankings in her room, where would Joseph be?
He would be like all over the house.
He would be all over the house. Would he ever be in Jennifer's room when you got spankings?
Yes.
What did Joseph do in Jennifer's room when you were getting spankings?
Nothing.
Did Laila ever get spankings?
Yes.
And who gave Laila spankings?
Jennifer.
And on what part of Layla's body did she get spankings?
Same place.
Same place as you?
Mhm.
Is that the butt?
Yes.
Is that the butt you said?
Yes.
And when Laila got spankings, what room did Laila get spankings in?
The same room.
Is that Jennifer's room?
Yes.
And when Laila would get spankings in Jennifer's room on the butt, what would Jennifer use?
Same things.
Is that the hand and the belt?
Yes.
And when Laila was getting spankings, where would Joseph be?
In the room.
And what would Joseph do?
Nothing.
Would Joseph say anything?
No.
Was Joseph awake?
Yes.
Now, would Joseph ever spank?
No.
Would Joseph ever spank Laila?
No.
Now, what would you get in trouble about at Jen and Joseph's house? Let me ask you this one. What kinds of things did Jennifer not want you to do? I'm going to ask you a different way, okay? Was there anything, did you ever go on car rides with Joseph and Jennifer?
Yes.
And when you went on car rides, was there something that you weren't supposed to do in the car?
Sleep.
How come you weren't supposed to sleep?
I don't know.
When you went on car rides with Joseph and Jennifer, what are the things Laila wasn't supposed to do?
Yes.
And what were those things?
Sleep in the car.
What would happen if you slept in the car?
We would get a spanking.
And did you ever get a spanking for sleeping in the car?
Yes.
Did Laila ever get a spanking for sleeping in the car?
Yes.
And when you got the spankings from sleeping in the car, where were you? What room did it happen or place?
In her room.
You said her room. Is that Jennifer's room?
Yes.
And did Joe know about did Joe know you weren't supposed to sleep in the car?
Yes.
Now, how did the spankings feel to your body?
It hurt.
When you got the spankings to your body, were your clothes on or off or something else?
Sometimes they were on, sometimes they were off.
Sometimes when you got spankings, would the belt touch your skin?
Yes.
Now, when Laila got spankings, were her clothes on or off or something else?
Same thing.
Same thing. When Laila got spankings, would the belt sometimes touch her skin?
Yes.
Did Laila ever hurt her leg when you were living with the Rosenbaums?
Yes.
Do you know how she hurt her leg?
In gymnastics?
Gymnastics? And were you there when she hurt her leg at gymnastics?
Yes.
And who told you her leg got hurt at gymnastics?
I don't remember.
Did Laila have to have a cast on her leg?
Yes.
How come she had to have a cast on her leg?
Because she broke it.
And how did she broke it? Do you know?
She fell off a gymnastics bar.
And did someone tell you that's how she broke her leg?
Yes.
Who told you that?
No, that's why you can ask and answer. She said she didn't remember.
Oh, well.
You can tell us who told you that. Let me ask you this. Did Laila tell you that's how she hurt herself?
No.
Did Joseph tell you that?
No.
Did Jennifer tell you that?
No.
Do you remember who told you that?
No.
Now, you went to the hospital one day?
Yes.
Do you remember the day that Laila died?
Yes.
And on that day, did you go to the hospital?
Yes.
Now, right before you went to the hospital, where were you?
At the house.
When you say at the house, was that Jen and Joseph's house?
Yes.
And what were you doing at the house before you went to the hospital?
Eating.
And what was Laila doing?
Eating.
And who was in the house when you were eating?
Jennifer.
Where was Joseph?
He was in the house too.
Okay. And when you said you were eating, and then what happened when you were eating?
I went upstairs.
And what did you do upstairs?
I watched TV.
Do you remember what you watched on TV?
Paw Patrol.
And when you went upstairs to watch TV, were you done eating?
Yes.
And when you were upstairs watching TV, did you hear anything downstairs?
No.
What's the next thing you remember after? What's the next thing you remember after watching Paw Patrol?
Jennifer told me to come downstairs.
When she told you to come downstairs, did she come up and get you, or did she just use her words?
She used her words.
Where was Jennifer when she told you to come downstairs?
At the bottom of the stairs.
And when Jennifer told you to come downstairs, did you go downstairs?
Yes.
And when you went downstairs, where was Laila?
I don't remember.
And when you came downstairs, what did you do next?
We got in the car.
When you say we, who's we?
Jennifer and me.
And where did you go?
To the hospital.
Now, when you were, I'm going to step back a little, you said you were eating earlier that night before you went to the hospital?
Yes.
Was Laila eating too?
Yes.
At that time, how did Laila eat? Did she use her hands, a fork and a spoon, or something else?
A fork and a spoon.
Would Laila ever need any help eating?
Yes.
And who would help Laila eat?
Jennifer.
Would you ever need help eating?
No.
When you went upstairs to watch Paw Patrol, was Laila still eating?
Yes.
When you went upstairs to watch Paw Patrol, what was Laila doing?
Eating.
Was she happy, sad, something else? Let me ask you this way. When you went upstairs to watch Paw Patrol, was Laila saying anything?
Yes.
What was Laila saying?
I don't know.
How was Laila acting when she said those things? When Laila said those things, was she giggling, crying, or something else?
She wasn't doing anything.
Was Laila, could you understand Laila talking, what she talked about?
No.
When Laila was talking and you went upstairs to watch Paw Patrol, where was Jennifer?
By Laila.
Was Laila in a chair or a high chair or something else?
A high chair.
And where was Jennifer when she was by Laila?
She was helping her eat.
Was Jennifer sitting or standing or something else?
Sitting.
Now, how do you feel about talking about the day that Laila died?
Kinda sad.
And how do you feel talking about living at the Rosenbaum's house?
Same thing.
Do you like talking about living at the Rosenbaum's house?
No.
Do you remember ever going to a Miss Ann's office?
Yes.
And how did you feel about going to Miss Ann's office?
Good.
What kind of things would you do at Ann's office?
We talked about the same thing.
And what other things would you do?
She had a sandbox that I would play in.
When you said you would talk about the same thing, what thing would we talk? What thing do you mean?
About living at the Rosenbaums.
And do you still see Miss Ann?
No.
Do you instead see a Miss Donna?
Yes.
And does Miss Donna come to your house or do you go to her?
She comes to my house.
And what do you and Miss Donna do when she comes to your house?
We read books and we watch calming videos.
You read books and watch calming videos? And do you remember someone named Kaya Lambert?
Yes.
And who's Kaya Lambert?
Somebody that I used to live with.
Is she a child or an adult or?
Adult.
And do you remember Miss Loretta Brown?
No.
Do you remember Lucas?
No.
Do you remember Michelle Chapman?
Yes.
Do you remember Anthony Chapman? Let me ask you this. Do you remember Michelle's husband?
No.
And do you remember Tiffany Shaw?
No.
Okay. And who is Peggy Banks?
My great-grandmother.
And what do you call her?
Nana.
Was there a time that you lived with Miss Nana?
Yes.
When you lived at Nana's, what kind of things would you do?
We would watch TV.
Would you do anything else at Nana's house?
I would play with the dollhouse.
Would Laila ever go to Nana's house with you?
Yes.
After you lived with the Rosenbaums, who did you live with next? If you remember.
I don't remember.
And now, do you like where you're living now?
Yes.
Do you like living with your sisters?
Yes.
Do you Now let me ask you this. You said that you had a bunk bed?
Yes.
And Where in the bunk bed did you sleep?
On the top.
On the top? Did you always sleep on the top?
Yes.
And Laila, where would she sleep?
On the bottom.
Were there ever times Laila didn't sleep in the bunk bed?
No.
Were there ever times that you didn't sleep in the bunk bed?
No.
Would Laila ever get up at night and cry?
No.
No. What about you? Would you ever get up at night?
No.
When you took naps, where would you take naps?
On the bunk beds.
On the bunk bed? Would you take naps ever in the living room?
No.
Would you ever take naps or fall asleep in Jen's room?
No.
How about Laila? Did Laila take naps?
Yes.
And would Laila take naps? Where would Laila take her naps?
In the bunk beds.
Would she always take a nap on the bottom bunk bed?
Yes.
Where else in the house did Laila fall asleep or take naps?
On the couch.
On the couch? Where was the couch?
In the living room.
In the living room? Any other couches you fell asleep on?
No.
Okay. Do you see Miss Joseph here in court today? If you need to stand up, you can.
Yes.
You do? Okay. And where is he?
Over there.
Let the record reflect the witnesses identified, Joseph Rosenbaum. And Millie, do you see Miss Jennifer in the courtroom?
Yes.
And where is Miss Jennifer?
Over there.
And what color is her shirt?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. Let the record reflect the witnesses identified, Jennifer Rosenbaum. Okay, Millie, I have no more questions for you right now, but Miss Corrine might have some questions for you, okay?
Okay.
Hi, Millie. Can I call you Millie?
Yes.
You can call me Corrine.
Okay.
Okay? And Millie, I've got some questions to ask you.
Okay.
Okay? And I want you to answer me if you know. Okay?
Okay.
If you don't know, I want you to tell me you don't know.
Okay.
And if you don't remember, I want you to tell me you don't remember.
Okay.
Okay? Would that make it easier for you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you remember going to gymnastics?
Yes.
Are you still going to gymnastics?
Yes.
And what are you doing now in gymnastics?
Cartwheels?
Cartwheels. Do you get on the bars?
Yes.
Okay. And did you like going to gymnastics when you were at the Rosenbaum?
Yes.
Do you remember trying to do cartwheels back then?
Yes.
Do you remember falling a lot?
Yes.
Do you remember trying to teach Laila how to do cartwheels?
No.
Do you remember trying to teach Laila how to do other gymnastics?
No.
No, you don't? Do you remember playing with Laila outside in the front lawn?
Yes.
Do you remember, how was Laila like? Did she like to follow you around?
Yes.
Because you were the big sister, right?
Yes.
And when you were living with your Nana, right, did Laila come to visit often?
No.
Did she come once?
Yes.
And did she live with you? She didn't live with you there, did she?
No.
Do you remember Samantha White?
No.
Do you remember back then telling people that Jennifer was nice to you?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
Do you remember calling her mom?
No.
Do you remember Jennifer working with you on your letters and numbers?
No.
Did you have a tablet? An iPad?
I don't remember.
Do you remember Miss Jennifer working with Laila on her words?
No.
Do you remember telling people that Nana told you to say you always wanted to stay with Nana?
Yes.
Nana told you a lot of things, didn't she?
Yes.
And she would tell you what to say to people, right?
No.
She didn't tell you what to say about staying at Nana's house?
No.
So what you said to me earlier, and I asked you, do you remember whether Nana told you to tell people that you wanted to stay in the house? Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay. Do you remember telling anybody back then that Miss Jennifer nor Mr. Joseph ever hit you or spanked you? Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, you don't remember saying that?
No.
I'm going to show you some pictures. Would you like that?
Yes.
Okay. I just want you to tell me. Yes. I want to show you what I've marked as Defendants Exhibit 17.
Okay.
Okay? Tell me, if you would, what that is.
It's a picture.
What's it a picture of?
Me and Laila.
And so when was it? Do you know when it was taken?
No.
Do you know whether was it when you were with the Rosenbaums?
Yes.
You know what, if I could ask to tender into evidence Defendant 17 and to note that the stipulated date is June 7th, 2015.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Admitted to make publish.
Where are you? Where's the picture of you? Which one are you?
The one next to the blue car.
Next to the blue car. And what were you doing?
Eating ice cream.
Yeah. And what were you in?
A car.
Okay, was that a car you could drive?
No.
Okay, what kind of car was it?
You went shopping.
You went shopping in it. It was a shopping cart.
Yes.
So Miss Jennifer took you shopping with her, right?
Not all the time.
But sometimes she did.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to show you what I've marked as Defendants Exhibit 18 and ask you to see if you recognize that picture.
No.
You don't recognize it?
No.
Okay. You don't, do you see a picture of yourself in there?
Right there.
So it's a picture of you, right?
Yes.
Who else is in the picture?
Laila.
And who else?
Jennifer.
This time, Your Honor, I would tender into evidence Defendants Exhibit 18,
Your Honor, object. The witness said she didn't recognize it.
and then she did recognize it.
No, she just identified people in the pictures. That's
Well,
different.
that's what the pictures are.
Admitted over objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. I ask that the record reflect that stipulated date is June 14th, 2015. May I publish, Your Honor? Okay, where are you in this picture, Millie?
Over there.
Over there? What are you wearing?
A life jacket.
Okay, why were you wearing a life jacket?
Because I couldn't swim.
So do you remember going to the pool with Miss Jennifer?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
I'm going to show you what I've marked as Defendants 19 and ask you if you recognize that.
We were at the zoo.
Okay, and is this a picture of you at the zoo?
Yes.
Here at this time, I would tender Defendants Exhibit 19 with a stipulated date of June 20th, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted. May I publish?
Okay. What were you doing there, Millie?
Playing in the splash pad.
Okay. And where was Laila?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Where did you get that swimsuit?
I don't know.
Let me show you what I've marked as Defendants Exhibit 22 and see if you can identify that.
That's Laila and Jennifer.
This time I will tender Defendants 22 with a stipulated date of July 4th, 2015.
What is the date?
July 4th, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted.
May I publish, Your Honor? What's Laila got in her hand?
Glow sticks.
What are those? What do you do with them?
You play with them in the dark.
Oh, okay. I'll show you what I've marked as Defendants Exhibit 24. Do you recognize that?
No.
Who's in this picture?
Me and Laila.
Who's speaking English?
Me and Laila.
So do you recognize the picture now?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, I would tender 24 in with a stipulated date of July 18th, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted.
And ask if I may publish it, Your Honor?
You may.
Do you remember what you were doing that day?
We were getting breakfast
Okay, were you getting breakfast at Jennifer's home or outside the home?
outside the home.
Did you go out and eat sometimes?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Defendants 25 and ask you, do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is it?
It's Laila sitting in her high chair.
This time I would tender into the record Defendants Exhibit 25 with a stipulated date of July 18th, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
Where was this? Can you tell?
At the house.
At whose house?
Jennifer's.
I'm going to show you a couple of pictures now. Actually, 3 pictures. Tell me if you recognize them. They're Defendants Exhibit 27, 28, and 30. You can take them. What are they pictures of?
Laila, no, me going down the slide, me coming upstairs, and then Laila going down the slide.
Where did you go down slides when you were living with Jennifer Rosenbaum?
At the park.
I would tender into the record, Your Honor, defendants 28, 29, and 30.
Any objection?
27, 28,
28, 29, and 30.
No objection.
Admitted?
Now, it's published.
Yes.
Tell us who this is.
Me going down the slide.
And who's this?
Me going upstairs.
Okay. Do you like to climb on things?
Yes.
Did Laila like to climb with you?
Yes.
Did she try to climb on a mail wagon once? Remember when the mailman came?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
What is that a picture of?
Laila going down the slide.
And who's beside her?
Me.
And who took you to the park? Did Miss Jennifer take you to the park?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. If you would, what those pictures are of?
The closet.
The closet where?
At the house.
In whose room?
Ours. A mini kitchen. A train set. Another train set.
Another train set.
And then the bunk beds.
Are these all in your room at the Rosenbaums?
Yes.
Did you like your room at the Rosenbaums?
Yes.
Tender into evidence. Defendants Exhibit 33, 35, 36, 37, and 31. Stipulated dates of July 21st, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted?
If I may publish your own.
Admitted.
Tell us what that is.
The closet.
And whose clothes and shoes are those?
Me and Laila's.
And who got those clothes for you? Do you remember?
No.
Now, what is this a picture of, Millie?
The bunk beds.
Okay. And do you all like playing on the bunk beds?
Yes.
Okay, did you jump on the bunk beds?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. And sometimes, you slept on the bottom. Did sometimes Laila jump on the bottom bed as well as the top bed?
She only jumped on the
On
bottom.
the bottom bed. And several times, isn't it true, Millie, that she would bump up against this, correct? Against this ledge.
I don't remember.
Do you remember her saying that her head hurt when she bumped her head on the ledge?
No.
Do you remember Jennifer telling you not to jump on the beds?
No.
She told you it was okay to jump on the beds? Did she tell you it was all right to jump on the beds?
No.
No, okay. Tell me about what is in this picture, Millie.
A train set.
And what kind of a train set is that?
Some blocks.
Box. Did you like playing with that?
Yes.
And what do we see beside the train set?
The TV.
Okay, you had a TV in your room?
Yes.
And were you allowed to watch it?
Yes.
When were you allowed to watch it? Were you allowed to watch it any time?
No,
Were you allowed to watch it in the mornings when there were cartoons on?
I don't know.
And what is this a picture of?
The kitchen,
Okay, whose kitchen was that?
me and Laila's,
Okay, and what's it in front of the kitchen?
a shopping cart,
Okay, and who did that belong to?
both of us.
Tell me, did anybody else live at the house with you? With the Rosenbaums? Did anybody ever come and stay?
No,
No? Did they have 2 dogs?
I don't remember.
You don't remember Ptolemy?
No,
I'll show you what I've marked as Defendants Exhibit 40 and ask you if you can identify that.
that's me and Laila standing in front of the door.
Standing in front of what door?
The front door,
Front door, okay. At this time, I would tender Defendants Exhibit 40 with a stipulated date of July 31st, 2015.
Excuse me, no objection.
Admitted.
May I publish it?
Yes.
Now, which one is you here, Millie?
the one closest to the door.
Okay. And what are you doing?
We were getting ready for bed.
Oh, okay. And that's what you slept in to go to bed?
Yes,
At this time, Your Honor, I would tender Defendants Exhibit 40 with the stipulated date of July 31st, 2015. I want to show you what's been marked as Defendants 42 and 43. See if you can identify those.
it's me at a Chick-fil-A party. And then me and Laila are jumping on bouncy houses.
Okay, and where was the bouncy house? Do you remember?
There was a festival at Chick-fil-A.
Okay. And how did you get to the festival?
We drove.
You drove, okay. I would tender 42 and 43 into evidence with stipulated date of August 1st, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted. 42 and 43.
May I publish? Now, Millie, tell us, what is that on your face?
A butterfly.
Who put it there?
We got our face painted.
Did you ask for a butterfly?
Yes,
Did you like what you got?
yes.
I'm going to show you the other picture. And what are you and Laila doing there?
Jumping on a bouncy house.
I want to show you what I've marked as Defendants 45, 46, and 47. Take a look at that and see if you can identify those pictures.
This is me and Laila standing by horses.
Mm-hmm.
This is us standing by a minion hay bale. And then Laila, I don't know what that machine is.
You don't know what that machine is, but what is Laila, who is it a picture of?
Laila,
Okay. At this time, I would tender into the record Defendants 45, 46, and 47 with a stipulated date of September 19th, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted.
May I publish?
Admitted.
Millie, what was going on here?
we were standing by 2 horses
And do you know where that was?
at the petting zoo.
Okay, was that at the Fall Festival?
Yes,
And where did you get those dresses? Do you remember?
no.
What is this a picture of?
Laila,
And this?
That's a picture of me and Laila standing by a hay bale.
That's a hay bale? Why does he have just one eye?
I don't know.
Now, you said that you had baths with Millie a lot, is that right? With Laila?
Yes,
Because who are you?
Millie.
Millie, okay. Look at numbers 50 and 56. 50, let me just show you 50 first, and ask you, what is this a picture of?
Me at gymnastics.
Okay. And what is number 56 a picture of?
Me and Laila in the bathtub.
So at this time, I would tender into evidence Defendants Exhibit 50 and 56. 50 having a stipulated date of September 21st, 2015, and 56 having a date of October 4th, 2015.
No objection.
Admitted.
Pictures, Defendants Exhibit 60, 61, and 62. And see if you recognize that.
Me at my birthday party
And where was your birthday party?
at Noah's Ark.
What,
Me getting ready to open presents. Me opening the presents.
I would tender into evidence 60, 61, and 62, all with dates of October 17th, 2015, and ask if I may publish.
No objection.
Admitted.
What is that a picture of?
Me at my birthday party?
And who's standing with you? Do you know?
No,
You don't remember who those people are?
no.
Who is that a picture of?
Me standing by presents.
Okay. And what are you wearing, Millie?
An Elsa costume?
An Elsa costume. You like Elsa?
Yes,
Is she your favorite?
it used to be.
Used to be. Okay. Let me show you Defendants Exhibit 61. What's going on in this picture?
I'm sitting getting ready to open presents.
And who's with you?
Nana.
And can you show us which one is Nana?
The one in the black. The one in the black sweater.
What is this picture again?
Me and Laila in the bathtub.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about gymnastics. This is you at gymnastics, is that right?
Yes,
And what kind of things did you do at gymnastics there?
cartwheels.
You did cartwheels back then too?
Yes,
When you lived with the Rosenbaums?
yes,
Okay. So now do you do them really well?
yes.
Okay. What else did you do there?
We did somersaults.
Okay. Did you do tumbling?
Yes,
Did you hang on the bars?
yes.
I'm going to show you a number of pictures, and I want you to see if you can identify them for me.
Okay.
Okay? The first one I'm especially curious to know what it is. What is that?
It's me at a Grinch party.
It's you
And the Grinch.
and the Grinch. Who else is there? Who are you dressed as?
Cindy Lou Who.
You're Cindy Lou Who. So you're Millie Lou Who?
Yes.
Okay, and who's the other picture of?
Me on my bed.
In the other picture?
Me on my bed.
Thank you. At this time, I would tender into evidence defendants 51, 63, and 64 with dates of November of 2015 and September of 2015. Millie, let's look at these pictures and you tell me, you look very happy there, right?
Yes.
What are you doing that's making you so happy? Were you just happy that day?
Yes.
Let's look at Defendants Exhibit 54 and explain to us how that hair got the way it did.
We put a cup under it.
You put a cup? Who's we?
Me and Nana.
You and Nana made it?
Yes.
Okay. And who did you go see the Grinch with?
Nana.
You went with Nana. You didn't go
Yes.
with Miss Jennifer? Maybe Miss Jennifer?
Maybe.
Did maybe Miss Jennifer put the cup on your head?
Maybe.
This is a picture of.
Me sitting on my bed.
Okay. You look very happy in that picture too, right?
Yes.
Last photos I want you to look at are these four. And these are Defendants Exhibit 30, Defendants Exhibit 38, 39, and 65 and 66.
Me and Laila hunting for Easter eggs.
Where was that?
I don't know.
Does it look like maybe it's the backyard where you...
Yes. Laila getting a sucker. Me with a bike behind me.
And whose bike is that?
I don't know. But it could be mine.
It could have been yours. Did you know how to ride a bike?
No.
Did this bike have training wheels?
Yes.
And what's the last photo?
Me sitting in front of the house.
This time I would tender into the record Defendants Exhibit 38 with a stipulated date of July 25th. Defendants Exhibit 39 with a stipulated date of July 28th. Defendants Exhibit 65 and 66 with the dates of November 11th, 2015.
No objection.
So what's going on here, Millie?
Me and Laila are hunting for Easter eggs.
Okay, and what's that board that's standing up there? Do you know?
No.
Okay. What is this a picture of?
Laila eating a sucker.
Was that a bicycle you rode?
Yes.
So you knew how to ride that bicycle, right?
Yes.
And this is a picture of you outside?
Yes.
And who's sitting out there?
Laila.
And who else? Can you tell?
No.
Your Honor, that's all the questions I have at this time.
Okay, thank you.
A child is one of the prosecution's key witnesses in the trial of a foster parent charged in the death of a 2-year-old girl named Laila. Today, Laila's older sister, Millie, took the stand. She's 7 and was living inside that foster home at the time Laila died. 11 Live's Joe Hankey is live in McDonough. Joe, to hear this young girl talk about some really terrible things she went through, a very tough moment in court.
It was, Cheryl, very emotional in the courtroom. First, we heard from Millie's adoptive mother who adopted her earlier this year. She says Millie does not like talking about her time living with the Rosenbaums and rarely brings it up. The court inside the courtroom did ask, or the judge inside the courtroom, excuse me, did ask us not to record any images of Millie today, but he did allow us to record audio of her testimony.
When you got a spanking on your butt, what did Jennifer use to give you a spanking?
Her hand,
Would Jennifer use anything else to give you spankings?
a belt,
And when Laila would get spankings in Jennifer's room on the butt, what would Jennifer use?
same things,
And when Laila was getting spankings, where would Joseph be?
in the room,
And what would Joseph do?
nothing.
How did the spankings feel to your body?
It hurt.
When Laila got spankings, would the belt sometimes touch her skin?
Yes.